All right, pressure's dropped on the car. Let's hit the track.
Blue is the color of the ocean. Blue is the color of the sky. All my life there's been commotion.
Okay, we've made the summit. Wow, amazing views. Hard to imagine that hundreds of thousands of years ago this would have been full of molten lava.
Sitting right here next to me. There's nothing, no, there's nothing we should do.
Thanks to the support of our partners, 4x4 Extras Wangara, JB Caravans, TC Boxes, and Petters Suspension and Brakes.
So where are we heading today, Mark?
Mount Gambier. So pretty exciting.
Yep.
Heard it's beautiful. Actually, the couple that was staying next to us here have just come from Mount Gambier and they said it was amazing. So now I'm really excited.
What does that say, Mark?
Kongarong. Is that it?
Say it again?
Kongarong.
Yes, nailed it.
We've just arrived at our campsite and Max has spotted this. Check this out. Water park.
Yep, you just come literally just straight back now. Yep.
We've just arrived, guys. Nice spot, close to amenities. Great, but we haven't even fully set up because we're so hot. We're going straight to the pool. It's like 37 degrees at the moment, so
And
very
humid.
So
And it has a really cool looking water slide.
So what have you done here, Mark? Apart from making a mess.
Might not, let go.
And it's mine.
All right, might not look very appetizing, but I've taken the kids back to my childhood. This is what they used to serve at the canteen at my primary school, but on a longer bread. But yeah.
And this isn't a typical lunch for us,
No.
might I add. It was Izzy's request as a once-off.
Yep. So my sausage is shriveled, but anyway.
Oh, especially after being in the pool.
Yeah. Okay, morning of exploration today around Mount Gambier. We had a really warm day yesterday and it's also warm today, so we thought we'd do some sightseeing in the morning before it gets too hot.
Yeah.
It's actually a bit overcast today and the view behind us is quite something else. The Blue Lake occupies one of the craters of the volcano, of which the city was named. Between around November to February, it's the most vibrant blue and you kind of get these turquoise beautiful colors coming through. And apparently in the winter months the color changes, sort of a softer blue. Today being a bit more overcast with some clouds, you've got these beautiful different sort of colors, don't you, kind of coming through the water. So it's really stunning to see.
And this is January as well, so this is the brightest blue it will be.
And if you want to get your steps in, apparently there's a 3.6 kilometer loop around the circumference that you can walk around. So yeah, great way to get your morning steps in. I think we're going to check out a sinkhole today as well in the morning. And then we'll do a bit more tomorrow, but we're going to kind of spread our sightseeing over a couple of days while we're here.
If you haven't been here before, we've been recommended to be here at least a week. So we've got 4 nights, so we figured that's pretty good. So 4.5 days to try and smash out as many of the attractions as possible. But a lot to see, guys.
go check it out. So this is the Umpherston sinkhole bamboo, I think it's how you pronounce it. And yeah, it's quite amazing. So this is naturally formed, would have been a limestone cave. I guess it's collapsed. So forming this beautiful kind of cavern here, filled with beautiful landscapes and things for people to enjoy. So it's quite stunning.
Or even just walking through to this area, it's just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like manicured gardens up to this point before you even get here. It's just beautiful.
There's some greenery down there, and it's like kind of a half cave, but it's actually pretty nice in here.
Plenty of beehives around here. A great home for bees, lots of access to water, protection, places to put their hives. It's nice what they've done here because it's kind of a combination of the natural beauty of the sinkhole and the vines and things, and they've kind of created this beautiful garden.
How beautiful is this, Mark?
Yeah, stunning. So just a little bit of history about this area and the sinkhole. In 1854, John Beswick actually purchased 178 acres of land, which included the sinkhole. Yeah, then fast forward to 1868, there was a gentleman, James
Umpherston,
that's right, yep. He purchased the land and converted the sinkhole into this beautiful garden. So started the process,
Yeah, okay.
So obviously not to the state it is today, but started the process. The idea was that it was going to be like an oasis from the summer, because obviously when you go down to the bottom of the sinkhole, it's really cool. So yeah, it's beautiful actually. It's like you notice immediately the temperature drop. So I can imagine that was a nice place to sit in summer and escape the heat.
Just a heads up though, there's a lot of steep stairs. So don't go down there if you've got a sore knee.
But well worth it. And look, the two scenic places we've done today are really close to camp as well. So if you're looking for places that are within the town area, these are good ones to do. And we might do a bit more further exploring over the coming days.
Behind us, we have the Valley Lake and also the Brown Lake, which is now non-existent. Apparently they used to be joined at one point, but the Brown Lake is now completely dry. And it's all full of grassland, picnic areas, and there's also water activities down there which look really, really pretty. Yeah, we're going to call it, I think, because it is very, very hot. We're all stinking. The humidity must be very high today. So we're going to head back to camp. Kids can have a dip and make some lunch. There is also the Centenary Tower up there. It's meant to be beautiful, a beautiful viewpoint from there, but it's a bit too hot to go for a bit of a walk. The kids are a bit we're going to call it. So the kids are moaning. Kids are moaning. So yeah, we're going to go back to camp. They can have a swim, cool down. I'm here with Ian and we're at the Blue Lake Holiday Park and we had a text message come through that there's some free wine tasting and some spirit tasting. So came down for a look and Ian just gave me a couple of tests of his beautiful spiced rum here, and we might have bought a bottle, but we always like to support locals, so maybe give a bit of a plug about yourself and what you guys do.
Righto, so my name's Ian Mulligan from St Mary's Wines and Spirits. We're based just down in Penola in South Australia. My parents started the winery back in the 80s and then we got into spirit making about 10 years ago. So what we've got here is our mobile cellar door. Over the summer period in January I'll go through a number of different caravan parks in the area within about an hour's drive of our home, and obviously show off our wares in the afternoon to people. They're obviously travelling from all over the place, like WA and Queensland, Adelaide, Melbourne, and it's just another avenue to get our name and our product out there.
We've got 3 different rums here.
3 different rums
Yep.
there. So obviously we started off with the wine side of things back in the 80s. So we're mainly red. We've got a Cabernet, Shiraz, Pinot and a Rosé.
Nice.
We do also have a fortified Shiraz. About 20 years ago I came back from working over in the States as an assistant winemaker in the Bay Area. And I got introduced to making all sorts of interesting products, and one of them was vodkas and gins. And it was just sort of a fledgling thing then. Anyway, got home after that trip, and I wanted to get into it, but things didn't allow it. And then about 10 years ago, we got our excise license, bought our stills that we use to date, and we started playing around with things. And so we started off with doing the different vodkas. So we've got our clear, orange infused, spice pear and rose petal and date. And then we sort of went into the cane spirits and the rums, and then we finally brought out a gin. It's one of those things, as soon as you got the alcohol, anything can happen.
That's awesome.
So,
Amazing. So any of our followers in WA, if they want to buy your stuff?
just jump on stmaryswines.com and jump on the webpage and have a look around on the shop there.
Perfect eggs for breakfast. Yum. So, weather's a bit cooler today, so I think we're going to do some exploring. Yesterday got a bit hot, we had to kind of limit time in the car, but yeah, I think we're going to hit the road and see what we can find. Okay, we're back at Centenary Tower. It's the day after, much cooler weather conditions today, so nice.
Overcast as well.
Overcast, it's like mid-20s at the minute, so we're loving that. So we're going to go do the walk that we missed yesterday. There's a beautiful lookout that we're going to go to now. Steep walk this one, guys. From here, heading west, 2,250 kilometers. Driven about 6,500 kilometers, so clearly we've been sightseeing and on all the roads, but straight line to Perth, 2,250 kilometers from here. If you're looking at my finger, that's the campsite, and behind that is the Blue Lake. Okay, we've arrived at our next walk of the day. This is a place called Mount Shank. Apparently there was volcanic activity here around 2 million years ago and continued until about 20,000 years ago. So it says here that it's impossible to predict if Mount Shank will ever erupt again. We are here, Mount Shank, and you can see here you've got the Tantanoola Caves, Kudawara, the Blue Lake, which is where we're staying. This is the water table, Mount Shank. So this is certainly appears to be one of the highest points. Just me and the kids for this one. Kate's still recovering from her knee injury just before our trip, so we just did that big walk before. That was pretty steep, pretty tough on the knees. So Kate's going to rest that one up while we give this one a go. Starting to get a bit steep. Okay, we've made the summit. Wow, amazing views. Look at this. Hard to imagine that hundreds of thousands of years ago, this would have been full of molten lava and bubbling away potentially. Wow. What do you reckon, Max?
Good.
Awesome views, how do you feel?
Exhausted.
The view of Mount Shank is amazing, but equally the other side, check this out. You can see all the way to the coastline in the distance. Okay, you get to the top and this is the rim walk. You can walk along the edge of the mountain here. Amazing. Look at this. Steep drop down there. How about this view, hey, Max?
Yeah.
Stunning. Whoa. If you're afraid of heights, this might not be one for you. But that view is amazing. So it's about a 30-minute walk to the top here, about 900 meters. And then there's another rim walk you can do, which is a further 2.4 kilometers. So obviously you need to allow a bit of time if you're going to do that one. Yeah, definitely worth doing, guys. Really, really cool. Nice and slow. Thankfully they put this these sort of concreted steps with these ridges, so you can get your middle of your foot right into the gap.
Very steep.
Oh, Izzy almost went there. Thankfully I had your hand, hey?
There's a bunch of dirt on the side, that's why.
That was a good save, hey? I think we need to slow down. Around the corner from Mount Shank is Little Blue Lake. It's actually a public swimming hole, and yeah, quite stunning. It's like a mini version of the Blue Lake. It's actually a volcanic sinkhole, and the public can access this area for swimming. Very beautiful. We just saw a couple jumping off the edge straight into the water. Unbelievable. I'm not so game today. Apparently it has a depth of around 47 meters, and at its shallowest it's 25 meters. So I can see why people do jump into the water. Bit of a hot spot for diving as well. There's a little platoon there for people to sit on as well that they've put in to make access to the water easier. Unfortunately, we haven't brought our bathers today, but I think we might come back tomorrow. This looks like a beautiful place to spend a couple of hours.
You're pulling that way onto another. What's it gonna be? Where's your head at? Where's my head at? Watch how the waves, they're chasing each other, and they let it be. Where's the shore at? Where's the shore at? Loud gets louder.
The South Australian coastline never ceases to amaze me. Every town we go to, it's beautiful. The water here is so blue, so clear. Amazing. We're about to step on the most southern point of South Australia.
So check this out, guys.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
You're on the most southerly point, Izzy, of South Australia.
Want to lay my head on your shoulder for a minute, babe. We grew stronger. We grew stronger. Loud gets louder, fast gets faster. You know what told me pride aside. I don't know which of us is right, but let's just get on the same page tonight. The same page tonight. I don't know which of us is right, but let's just get on the same page tonight. The same page tonight.
Alright, we got calzone here, chicken calzone. We've got a pepperoni and a meat lovers. Kids are happy.
It's so good.
This is delicious, guys. Yum.
It's pretty amazing.
Yep. We needed that after all those steps, so yeah, we deserved some carbs.
We're ready for a feast. We're so hungry.
So nice.
It's like 3
really
o'clock here.
We haven't had lunch, so yeah, that went down a treat. Having a look at the rear tyre tread, and it's not in great shape. We've got the high country trip coming up soon. Probably not what you want on the front of your vehicle, some low tread. So we decided to purchase one additional Baja Boss tyre. I've got a spare that's almost new. We're going to put that on with it, so we should be good. It'll give us pretty much 4 really good tyres. So we'll swap over one of the slightly worn ones as our spare. Okay guys, our time at the Blue Lake Holiday Park has come to an end, but really enjoyable stay. We've had 4 nights here.
Yep.
And taken full advantage, I think, of the facilities here. Before we leave, we'll give you a quick overview as we normally do. So we definitely splurged to stay here, but we did it because it's a great base to explore the surrounds, close to town, close to the Blue Lake, but you're also paying for amenities. So there's an amazing pool that the kids enjoyed,
brand new water slide, apparently.
Really cool. Good amenities, all that kind of stuff. There's a cafe. So look, it's definitely a high level of caravan park, but quite expensive. What do we pay for 4 nights?
Yeah, it was $421 for 4 nights, so about $100. I think it's $105 per night, but that's 2 adults, 2 children. You do pay extra for children, you know, that's where the extra cost is.
Yeah, so it's pretty expensive because that was unpowered. We had water though, potable water, so that was good. You know, we've got a reasonable battery system, so we were okay. But yeah, just something to be aware of. You know, you'll be looking at a higher price if you're to be on power.
But I mean, to be honest, guys, for us, having that water was worth every cent because we have really struggled to find potable water this side of South Australia. It's been quite tricky, hasn't it? It has, yeah. So you know, we had confirmation that is drinkable water, and they actually draw the water from the Blue Lake. So large Blue Lake, so just so you know. Cool. Also there's a games room to keep the kids entertained. There's a few games in there. They are mainly all paid, so $1 or $2 coins. The PS4 I believe is free, but you have to pay a deposit to take the controllers back, and then you get that money back, which is fair enough. Playgrounds, jumping pillow. There is a laundry as well, which we didn't use because we do have our own washing machine, and then we just hung them out in the clothesline to dry. But the reason why we were happy to go over the budget here is we knew it would be quite hot, and we did want the access to pools, and also as well just to give the kids something, you know, different, you know, a place with amenities and things to enjoy. They
do have a bit of like a community feel here. Like every day they send a text message saying we've got something on, you know, come down. There was braiding one day for kids' hair. There was obviously the drinks sort of station as well, which was really cool. So they have a lot of activities going on as well, which is good. So yeah, I enjoyed it, but yeah, definitely splurged the budget. So we're going back to cheap accommodation now. We were going to call this after 4 days on Mount Gambier and go, but because there's still a few things that we'd like to do, we've decided to extend it 2 days, but just stay at a sort of a local RV park. Yes, so this is a sightseeing day and it is raining, so we'll see how we go, but we are off to the caves. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I mean, smaller than some of the big caves we've been into, but very spectacular. Beautiful stalactite, stalagmite formations. Has this amazing sort of pillar, doesn't it, in the middle, which they've called the chocolate fountain, which is where a stalactite and stalagmite have met, and it's just grown over time. But apparently there was some volcanic activity in the area, obviously many years ago, but it sort of turned the colour from its usual clear into this sort of browny kind of colour. Right. The sun's just starting to peek through the clouds, as you can see, which is nice. It was quite raining this morning, but I think we chose the right time to do the caves while it was a little bit overcast. Still windy, but the coastline's beautiful, so we're going to check it out. The beach below the Cape Banks Lighthouse, just out of Carpenter Rocks, we've seen a shipwreck, so we're going to check it out. Yeah, we love a good shipwreck. Yeah, quite often they come with an ominous story as well. So behind us is the ill-fated Admira. It's a 264-ton cargo ship that came to a fateful end in 1859. 89 souls lost their lives here. Very unfortunate. When the tide's out, you can apparently get quite close. We can just see part of the hull there. All right, pressure's dropped on the car. Let's hit the track. Already a bit squeezy, guys.
Oh my goodness.
This is a track called the White Bridge Track. It meanders through the bush here, adjacent to the ocean. Apparently there's a few little inlets that you can duck onto the beach. There's one beach in particular we're hoping to find, so hang along with us for this. Apparently it's a kind of a bay that's quite beautiful. Been told by a couple of locals it's worth checking out. Maybe it's soft here.
Oh my gosh.
Visibility over this little hill, guys. Have to go very slow. We're down to about 17 psi at the minute, and we've just come to a big hill. It's very soft, so I'm just going to drop it down a bit more, just so we're not churning the track up or get stuck.
Especially on a corner. It's a blind corner.
Yeah, it's tricky because there's actually no visibility to see if there's any cars coming the other way, so you obviously need a bit of speed, but you've got to do it carefully. So we're just going to go a bit lower. Orange post, so you got to stay within the orange post, but we were a bit confused there because it said keep left, but there was an orange post on the right.
So we're just saying we think we've been driving a while. We really hope that this beach is decent.
Worth it, yeah. It's slow going, guys, because it's very windy and very soft in parts. It's a lot of blind corners as well, so you've just got to really take your time, even rocky sections, so it's kind of got a bit of everything, so it's really fun, but slow going. So guys, we made it to number 2 rocks in the Canunda National Park here in South Australia. Really fun drive coming down. A whole mix of things really. We had some rocky hill climbs, we had some sand, some dunes to climb over. And as you can probably tell, it is super windy. I might just come back to the car actually. I want to put a shout out to Rick at Petters Suspension in Mount Gambier. He gave me the tip to come down here and wow, what can I say, amazing. So really fun. Apparently when he was a kid he used to come down here with his family, so yeah, he gave us the tip when we had our wheel alignment and rotation done the other day. Probably the last of the fall driving in South Australia before we crossed the border into Victoria.
Bit wild out there.
campground here as well that you guys can book called Number 2 Rocks Campground. It's just behind the beach that we were on before. Looks like it's a little bit sheltered. There's some bush and shrub around and stuff. A nice area you might want to come, bring your four-wheel drive. Definitely no camper trailers or caravans, that's for sure. It's a full off-road track. There's no way you'd get those in. But yeah, rooftop tent or tenting would be awesome. It'd be a lot of fun.
The track was very tight and scratchy as well, so that's why. And rocks as well in some places.
Yeah. The PPF on our car definitely copped a pounding here. I'll just show you outside how scratched up it's got. And if you're in WA, I'll drop the details of Dentless in Wangara. They've kitted out our four-wheel drive here, and there's a bit of a discount for you if that's something of interest. Pretty big scratches here. I can rub that off with my finger. You can see it's an actual scratch, but if I rub my finger hard enough, that will just dissipate completely. Awesome stuff.
Heading back now.
We are, yep, back through the windy tracks.
It's about an hour-ish.
Yeah, saying an hour back
on
to
the
camp.
stops with the airing and stuff.
Yeah, it's saying an hour back to camp, but I think it's much longer than that. I reckon it's a good hour of just forward driving from the air point. We're timing it, so we'll let you know.
They don't do that in WA.
No, there's a couple of little things they do in SA which we think are much better than WA. So one is on four-wheel drive tracks, pretty much all the main ones will have signs saying recommended tyre pressures, you know, that kind of stuff, all the key information, and posts to help guide you through the national park. So they'll either have railings. On this particular track, they're orange posts. So, you know, if you don't see an orange post for a while, you've probably gone off track.
Which we've done a couple of times.
Yeah, we did once.
And turned around.
We did once. Oh, that was a horrible sound. But yes, they've done a really good job in helping to guide people through tracks like this. Bit tight.
There we go.
Fun afternoon that. So we're now back. So that was the White Bridge track. Takes you all the way down to the number 2 beach that we stayed at for a little bit. Yeah, airing up now, then back to Mount Gambier. So we're about to hit the road, leaving Mount Gambier. We originally booked an unpowered site, but the weather took a pretty warm turn, didn't it? So we made the call when we got here to kind of upgrade to a powered site. It was only an extra $5 a night.
Correct.
So yeah, it was $35 a night for 2 nights, which isn't bad. This is right in the heart of the centre of Mount Gambier, and we've been able to use it as a base to do you know, the full driving yesterday. So it's pretty good. Basic amenities though, there is a shower, toilets on site. There is power obviously for those that have it. So yeah, just make sure you request that if you are booking. Other than that, it's pretty good. There is no drinking water though, so it's bore water, so just be aware of that if you come down. Yeah, all right, let's hit the road, and we are soon to cross the border. And we've looked up a few facts about the lake as well, haven't we?
Yep.
You want to talk about this, or you want me to talk about this?
No, you can pull out your phone.
Okay, Max, going to guess which way is Perth and how many kilometres? Which way, Max? Do you think? You've looked at this, haven't you?
No, I'm being serious.
Yeah, this is the Umpherston sinkhole. Sorry, stinkhole.
That's definitely got an outtake.
Your video.
Oh, amateur move. Hope there's no more log trains going past. We've had a couple in the last few minutes.
We're always bustling with traffic. That's all good.
Right, go.
I think we it's a fly.